Okay, you may have heard that the Motorola Droid is now outselling Apple's iPhone. One factor to that success is the Android operating system. Jen Van Grove from Mashable is here to basically clear things up for us.
Right.
Now, we're not talking about specific units, the Droid versus the iPhone.
Right.
We're talking about the Android system.
Right, so you own the Droid.
Yes.
That device is not outselling Apple's iPhone. What's happening is that Google Android is the operating system on many different devices. So Android is on multiple devices, multiple carriers. That operating system, according to NPD, is outselling Apple's iPhone operating system.
And that's because this Android system, there's so many different devices you can use on it. Right?
Absolutely, and there's some that are hugely popular right now. So you have the Droid, you have the HTC Droid Aris, and then kind of the latest one, which is the HTC Droid Incredible. And those three phones are on Verizon, which also plays a role in this. But the NPD survey was showing basically that, this is kind of what we have up here on screen, that Android has now taken 28% of the market share, whereas iPhone has dipped a little bit to 21%. Apple actually disputes these numbers. They kind of point to worldwide numbers saying that they have 6.1% of the worldwide market share. But it's just interesting data nonetheless, and points to how relevant Android is as an operating system, and that consumers are demanding these phones essentially.
Now, the Android is not a system that works outside the U.S., right? You can't. It's not up in Europe and things like that. But the Apple's is.
Well, it's available. I can't actually speak to that, but it's available on multiple different devices. I'm not sure if they're sold outside the U.S. But I want to point out a few reasons why it's important. A is that the Android marketplace is far behind in terms of Apple's App Store. So what this means is now there are more users holding Android devices. Developers are going to be more anxious to actually develop apps for the Android marketplace. So you'll see parity between those two stores, which means when you go out to buy an Android device, you're not necessarily going to be sacrificing apps because you're not getting an Apple iPhone.
It's interesting in the marketing angle. When you see the commercials for the iPhone, they're really pushing the apps too. So
right, absolutely. They do push the apps. So that the two marketplaces are definitely going to compete head to head, especially June 7th when iPhone comes out with their latest, Apple comes out with their latest iPhone. So that should be interesting to watch as well.
It sure is. And thank you, Jen. We also want to mention we asked our Facebook friends to comment on this. Give us about 10 minutes, and we're going to get some of your comments up, and we'll show you what people are saying about the iPhone versus the whole Droid system.
Yeah, there's people on both sides.
There really are.
Passionate users. You're passionate about your Droid.
Yes, I am. Okay, Jen, thanks a lot.